Every single child on this planet is born a genius of imagination. And then somewhere between the age of 6 and 16, the world slowly trains that genius out of them. Think about it for a second. When you were 4 years old, you could turn a cardboard box into a spaceship, a rocket, a castle, and a secret hideout all in the same afternoon without anybody teaching you how. Nobody gave you a manual, you just knew. So what happened to that child? What happened is that somewhere along the way, somebody handed you a rule book and told you to color inside the lines, answer in the way the textbook wants, and stop asking so many questions. And slowly, without realizing it, you traded your imagination for approval. Today, I want to give you back something that was never actually lost. It was just buried. And I'm going to show you 5 ways to dig it back out. Because in the world we are walking into, creativity is not going to be a nice bonus skill on a resume. It is going to be the one thing that machines cannot take from you. Tip number 1 is flood before you filter. The first thing most people get wrong about new ideas is that they go hunting for the perfect ones on the very first try. You sit down, you think for 2 minutes, nothing brilliant arrives. And you decide you are not just a creative person. But that is not how creative mind actually works. A creative mind does not look for the one good idea. It produces 20 bad ones first. Because somewhere buried inside those 20 average ideas is the raw material for the one excellent one. So the next time when you are stuck on a problem, do not sit there waiting for the lightning to strike. Grab a paper and force yourself to write down 10 ideas. Even the stupid ones, even the ones that make you laugh at yourself. Quantity opens the door that quality walks through. Tip number 2 is change the question you're asking. Here is something I have noticed about people who seem to say things others miss. They're not smarter. They're just asking a different question. Most of us, the moment we see a problem, we jump straight to how do I fix this? And that feels productive, but it actually shuts the door on imagination before it even opens. Because how assumes you already know what the answer should look like. Instead, try living in the question, why does it have to be this way? And what if the opposite were true? These questions feel uncomfortable because they do not give you an immediate answer. But discomfort is where original thinking is born. Every rule that someone ever challenged successfully started with somebody refusing to accept. That's just how it's done. Tip number 3 is steal your ideas from strange places. Now, here is something nobody tells you. The most original ideas rarely come from staring harder at your own field. They come from wandering into somebody else's. If you only ever read about your own industry, watch videos about your own industry, and talk to people from your own industry, your mind has nothing new to connect. It is just recycling the same material everybody else already has. But the moment you start borrowing ideas from a chef, a farmer, a magician, a child's drawing, or even an ancient story, your brain starts building bridges that no one else in a field has even thought to build. Go, be curious somewhere outside your own lane this week and watch what it does to your thinking. Tip number 4 is learn to work inside the fog. This one is uncomfortable, so listen closely. Every single time you try to build something new, there is going to be a stretch in the middle where nothing makes sense, where you cannot see the finish line, and where your mind will beg you to quit and go back to something safe and familiar. Most people quit right there, in the fog, because they mistake confusion for failure. But confusion is not failure. Confusion is the price of admission for anything worth creating. The people who actually build something remarkable are not the ones who never feel lost. They are simply the ones who keep walking even when they cannot see 3 steps ahead. If you are in the fog right now with some idea or some dream, that is not a sign to stop. That is a sign you are exactly where creation actually happens. Tip number 5 is grow a thicker skin than your critics. And now the one that stops more people than anything else on this list. The fear of what people will say. And I actually call it LKK, Log Kya Kahenge syndrome. You can have the most original idea in the room, but if you are too afraid to say it out loud because somebody might laugh, judge, or disagree, that idea dies inside you and the world never even gets to see it. Here is the hard truth. Criticism is not going to stop because you have become successful. If anything, it gets louder. So the goal is not to wait until the criticism disappears. The goal is to build a skin thick enough that it stops reaching your heart. Your job is to speak your idea with conviction. What somebody else does with it after that is their job. not yours. And now, the bonus tip. Use AI as your assistant, not your brain. One last thing before I let you go. Because this one for the times we are living in right now. AI can help you move faster. It can throw ideas at you in seconds. It can help you draft something rough in minutes instead of hours. Treat it like a young, energetic assistant who works incredibly fast but has zero life experience. But never hand it the final decision. The judgment, the value, the sense of what is right for your life and your work stays with you. Use the machine for speed. Keep the wisdom for yourself. So let me leave you with this. You were not born ordinary. You were born with a mind capable of turning a cardboard box into anything you could imagine. The world did not destroy that ability. It just taught you to hide it. Starting today, flood your mind with ideas instead of waiting for one perfect one. Ask better questions in place of settling for the first answer. Borrow from worlds outside your own. Stay in the fog a little longer than feels comfortable, and speak your ideas out loud even when your hands are shaking. If this gives you even one new way to see yourself, share it with somebody who needs to hear it today. And I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care.